Introduction to Computer Organization. In this video, we are going to see about the introduction to computer organization. Computer organization refers to the operational units and their interconnection that realize the architectural specifications. Arrow indicates data flow. Dotted arrow indicates control flow. Input unit. Input unit of the computer system is used for feeding data and instructions to the computer. Input units are keyboard, mouse, joystick, scanner, barcode reader, webcam. Any information that has been processed by and sent out from a computer is considered as output unit. Output units: monitor, printer, speaker. Arithmetic and logic unit. Arithmetic operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Modulo. Logical operators: and, or, not, equal to, not equal to, lesser than, greater than. Control unit. Control unit (CU) handles all processor control signals. Storage unit. Computer main memory is a device that stores computer's data and programs. Hard disk, CD and DVD, pen drive. What is CPU? In this video, we are going to see about the CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. The Central Processing Unit (CPU) is the brain of the computer. It is a part of a computer which interprets and executes instruction. It is also known as microprocessor or processor. The task of performing operations like arithmetic and logical operations is called processing. The CPU takes data and instructions from the storage unit and makes all sorts of calculations based on the instructions given and the type of data provided. It is then sent back to the storage unit. It processes the instructions that it collects by decoding the code in programs. The CPU chip is usually in the shape of a square or rectangle and has one notched corner to help place the chip into the motherboard properly. The main functions of CPU are to fetch, decode, execute, and write back. The CPU contains Arithmetic and Logic Unit (ALU), Control Unit (CU). Arithmetic and Logic Unit. The Arithmetic and Logic Unit performs arithmetic and logical operations. Arithmetic operations include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Logic Unit. Logic Unit performs following operations such as AND, OR, NOT, XOR, NOR, NAND, etc. Control Unit. A control unit (CU) handles all processor control signals. It generates timing signals such that the coordination among devices takes place. Control unit is designed in two ways such as hardwired control, microprogram control. Hardwired control. The design is based on a fixed architecture. The CU is made up of flip-flops, logic gates, digital circuits, and encoder and decoder. Microprograms. Microprograms are stored in a special control memory and are based on flowcharts. It directs all input and output flow, fetches code for instructions from microprograms, and directs other units and models by providing control and timing signals. Processor speed and booting. In this video, we are going to see about processor speed and booting. Processor speed. A microprocessor or CPU is where the instructions of a program are processed. The high-level language that the programmer uses is transferred into a binary code that the CPU understands and creates an executable file that will launch the program when double-clicked. A hertz is 1 cycle per second, 1 megahertz is 1 million cycles per second, and 1000 megahertz is 1 gigahertz, 1 billion cycles per second. Two billion program instructions per second. Steps to find the CPU speed in different operating systems. To find the CPU speed in Windows XP, click the Start button, then go to Help and Support Center. To find the CPU speed in Vista and Windows 7, click the Start button and scroll to Control Panel, then select the System and Security. In that, click on the System. Booting. Booting is the initialization of the computerized system. The booting process can be hard when electrical power to the CPU is switched from off to on. Soft booting can be initiated by hardware such as a button press or by software command. A bootloader is a computer program that loads an operating system or some other software for the computer. Boot sector refers to a single sector, normally the first in the active partition, that contains the code to boot the operating system. A sector of a hard disk, floppy disk, or similar data storage device that contains code for booting programs, usually but not necessarily operating systems, stored in other parts of the disk. Before the boot sector is read, the computer's BIOS will call a small program called an MBR, that is Master Boot Record, which normally resides in the first record of the first disk. The small program stored in the boot sector is then executed and the operating system will begin to load. To be a valid boot sector, the 2-byte hex word 0xAA55 called the boot sector signature must exist at the end of the sector. Otherwise, either the BIOS or MBR code will report an error message and halt any OS bootstrapping process. Hierarchy memory. In this video, we are going to see about the hierarchy memory. Computer memory is classified into primary memory and secondary memory. Most computer systems around the world use primary memory. Primary memory can be divided into two types: RAM, that is random access memory, ROM, that is read-only memory. ROM is permanent memory, which is non-volatile in nature, and RAM is temporary memory, it is volatile memory. If we switch the computer on and off, the messages in RAM disappears, whereas instructions in ROM stay as before. RAM is classified into two types: SRAM, that is static RAM, DRAM, that is dynamic RAM. Three types of ROM are PROM, programmable read-only memory; EPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory; EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. Secondary memory. Secondary memory is much slower than primary memory. It typically offers a far greater storage capacity. Secondary memory includes floppy disk, hard disk, optical disk, USB thumb drive. Floppy disk. Floppy disks are small removable disks that are plastic coated with magnetic recording material. Hard disk. A hard disk consists of one or more rigid metal plates coated with a metal oxide material that allows data to be magnetically recorded on the surface of the platters. Optical disk. The most common types of optical media are CDs, DVDs, and Blu-ray. USB thumb drive. A USB flash drive is a data storage device that includes flash memory with an integrated universal serial bus USB interface. Cache memory. In this video, we are going to see about cache memory. A CPU cache is a cache used to reduce the average time to access memory. A cache is a smaller, faster memory which stores a copy of the data from frequently used main memory locations. Most CPUs have different independent caches, including instruction and data caches, where the data cache is usually organized as a hierarchy of more cache levels L1, L2, etc. When the processor needs to read from or write to a location in main memory, it first checks whether a copy of the data is in the cache or not. If so, the processor immediately reads from or writes to the cache, which is much faster than reading from or writing to main memory. Cache memory entries. Data is transferred between memory and cache in blocks of fixed size called cache lines. When a cache line is copied from memory into the cache, a cache entry is created. A cache entry will include the copied data as well as the requested memory location, that is called tag. When a processor needs to read or write a location in main memory, it first checks the corresponding entry in the cache. The cache checks for the contents of the requested memory location in any cache lines that contain address. Cache hit. If the processor finds that the memory location is in the cache, a cache hit has occurred. If cache hit, processor immediately reads or writes the data in the cache line. cache miss. If the processor does not find the memory location in the cache, a cache miss has occurred. In cache miss, the cache allocates a new entry, copies data from main memory. Then the request is fulfilled from the contents of the cache. Structure of the cache entry. Cache row entries usually have the following structure. The data block, that is cache line, contains the actual data fetched from the main memory. The tag contains part of the address of the actual data fetched from the main memory. For each cache row entry, an instruction cache requires only one flag bit, that is a valid bit. Cache performance. The proportion of accesses that result in a cache hit is known as the hit rate. And it can be a measure of the effectiveness of the cache for a given program or algorithm. Read misses delay execution because they require data to be transferred from memory much more slower than the cache. Write misses may occur without such penalty, since the processor can continue execution while data is copied to main memory in the background. Replacement policies. The cache may have to evict one of the existing entries for the new entry on cache miss in order to make room. It uses to choose the entry to evict is called the replacement policy. Write policies. If data is written to the cache, at some point it must also be written to main memory. The timing of this write is known as the write policy. In a write-through cache, every write to the cache causes a write to main memory. Alternatively, in a write-back or copy-back cache, writes are not immediately mirrored to the main memory. Instead, the cache tracks which locations have been written over. These locations are marked dirty. The data in these locations are written back to the main memory only when the data is evicted from the cache. Managing disk partition. In this video, we are going to see about managing disk partition. Disk partitioning is the act of dividing a hard disk drive, this HDD, into multiple logical storage units referred to as partitions. When a hard drive is installed in a computer, it must be partitioned before user format and use it. Partitioning a drive is when user divide the total storage of a drive into different pieces. For example, if user have an 80 GB drive, then it would be possible to make one partition consisting of the entire 80 GB of available storage. Alternatively, user could make two partitions consisting of a 20 GB partition that will be used for the operating system and programs. And a 60 GB partition set aside for data, music and images. MBR, Master Boot Record, lists information about the partitions on the hard drive. These four partitions are typically known as primary partitions. To overcome this restriction, system developers decided to add a new type of partition called the extended partition. By replacing one of the four primary partitions with an extended partition, user can then make an additional 24 logical partitions within the extended one. When partitions are made, user should specify the total amount of storage that user would like to allocate to that partition from the total size of the drive. Click Start button and type partition in it. Then select Create and Format Disk Partition. Disk Management window will appear. Now we are going to divide memory space of C into two, such as C and D. First, need to create free space by right-click and then select Shrink Volume. Need to specify amount of space to be shrink and then click Shrink. Now free space is created. Right-click and select New Simple Volume option, then corresponding wizard will appear. Now specify the name of the new space allocation and then click Next. Finally, click Finish. That corresponding space is named as D. Now, see all the drives in computer. D drive has 1.91 GB free space. Keyboard. In this video, we are going to see about keyboard. The keyboard looks like a typewriter. Most common and very popular input device is keyboard. While typing, when any key is pressed, user can see the corresponding result onto the screen. When a key is pressed, a plunger attached to the key pushes the spring downwards. Electric signal passes to the microprocessor, then display on the monitor. Key types. Alphanumeric keys. Alphanumeric keys include the letters of the alphabet and numbers and symbols, generally laid out in the same pattern used for typewriters. Function keys. Keys that act as shortcuts for performing certain functions such as saving files or printing data, labeled F1 through F12. Control keys. Control keys are used alone or in combination with other keys to perform certain actions, such as insert, home, page up, page down, delete, end, control, Windows logo. Enter key. Enter key that moves the cursor to the beginning of the next line or returns control to whatever program is currently running. Spacebar key. When the spacebar key is pressed, it creates an empty space, also known as a space character, that helps separate words and other characters in a sentence. Backspace key. Backspace key that moves the cursor or insertion point backward one character space. Escape key. In DOS and Windows environments, pressing the escape key usually cancels or aborts the current operation. Tab key. A tab is a keyboard key that inserts a tab character or advances the cursor to other tab settings on a line. This key can also move between selectable items in a dialog box. Shift key. When pressed and held down, it will change the case of the letter to uppercase or use the alternate character on any other key. Alt key. Short for alternate key is like a second control key, holding it down while user presses another key. Caps lock. Caps lock key is a toggle key. Each letter typed is transmitted as an uppercase character. Arrow keys, alternatively referred to as cursor keys. These four keys are the left arrow, that is the back arrow, up arrow, down arrow, and the right arrow, that is forward arrow. Numlock key, short for numeric lock or number lock. The numlock key is located on the top left corner of the numeric keypad of the keyboard and enables and disables the numeric pad. Numeric keypad, a separate set of keys on some keyboards that contain the numbers 0 through 9, enter key and decimal points arranged as on the right side of the keyboard. Application key. Application key, the key that usually sits beside the Windows key and behaves like right-clicking the mouse on a UA element. Print screen, scroll lock, pause or break keys. Print screen sends the current screen image to the computer printer. Scroll lock key is intended to temporarily stop the scrolling of text. Pause key is designed to pause a text mode program's output. Break key is used to end DOS applications. Mouse. In this video, we are going to see about mouse. Mouse is an input device for computers. Operations of mouse: left click button, single click to select the object, double click to open the selected object, right click button, single click only to select the icon. The pop-up window appears with its properties. Scroll button. Scroll button scroll downwards and upwards. Different types of mouse. MUS3 computer mouse, a mouse that looks just the same as its cursor. Multi-touchpad mouse, an amazing mouse which allows you to switch between windows, be able to open my computer and get onto page up and page down, which is also on your keyboard. Zero computer mouse, extremely elegant mouse called Zero mouse. Bluetooth mouse. With Bluetooth technology, a mouse can easily and quickly connect to a laptop or desktop computer without the need of wires. Joystick. In this video, we are going to see about joystick. A joystick is an input device consisting of a stick that pivots on a base and reports its angle or direction of the device it is controlling. Joysticks are often used to control video games and usually have one or more push buttons whose state can also be read by the computer. Types of joystick. Digital joysticks. It is used for PCs employing simple left, right, up and down firing commands. They are also called Atari-style digital joysticks. Paddle joysticks. It consists of one knob used to control the game and one firing button. Analog joysticks. It combines both digital and paddle joysticks. PC analog joysticks. It is a simple analog-styled joystick with multiple buttons that is usually connected by an USB port. Joypads. Joypads are joysticks without the sticks. Instead, they employ a directional pad, D-pad, to control the game. Scanner. In this video, we are going to see about scanner. A scanner is an input device that scans any documents such as photographs and pages of text. Scanners are used to import a picture or document into the computer. The most commonly used scanners are flatbed scanner, sheet-fed scanner, handheld scanner, drum scanner. Flatbed scanner. A flatbed scanner is a type of scanner or copier that uses a flat, glass surface for scanning documents or other objects. Sheet-fed scanner or autofeeder. A sheet-fed scanner is a type of scanner that scans only one piece of paper at a time, and it has no room for bulky objects like books and other material. Handheld scanner. A handheld scanner is a small scanning device used for digitizing images. Handheld scanners use the same basic technology as a flatbed scanner, but rely on the user to move them instead of a motorized belt. Drum scanner. A drum scanner is a type of scanner used to capture the highest resolution of an image. Webcam. In this video, we are going to see about webcam. Web camera. A webcam, short for web camera, is a digital camera that is usually attached directly to a computer. Webcams can also be used for video chat sessions with other people. It can send live pictures from wherever it is sighted to another location by means of the internet. Parts of webcam: lens, image sensor, supporting circuitry. Users can set up a video chat session with one or more friends and have a conversation with live audio and video. Uses of webcam: video links, permitting computers to act as video phones, security surveillance, computer vision, video broadcasting and recording for social videos. Monitor. In this video, we are going to see about monitor. A monitor or display is an electronic visual display for computers. The monitor comprises display device, circuitry, enclosure. The display device in modern monitors is typically a thin film transistor liquid crystal display, that is TFT LCD, thin panel, while older monitors use a cathode ray tube about as deep as the screen size. Development changes in monitor: CRT monitor, LCD monitor, LED monitor, UHD monitor. Printers. In this video, we are going to see about printer. A printer is an electromechanical device which converts the text and graphical documents from electronic form to the physical form. Printers are the external peripheral devices which are connected with the computers or laptops through a cable or wirelessly to receive input data and print them on the papers. Types of printer: dot matrix printer, inkjet printer, laser printer. Dot matrix printer. Dot matrix printer is a popular computer printer that prints text and graphics on the paper by using tiny dots to form the desired shapes. It is a 2D matrix of dots that can represent images, symbols, or characters. Inkjet printer. Inkjet printing is a type of computer printer that creates a digital image by propelling droplets of ink onto paper, plastic, or other substrates. The inkjet technology works by spraying very fine drops of ink on a sheet of paper. These droplets are ionized, which allows them to be directed by magnetic plates in the ink's path. As the paper is fed through the printer, the print head moves back and forth, spraying thousands of these small droplets on the page. Laser printer. Laser printing is an electrostatic digital printing process that rapidly produces high-quality text and graphics by passing a laser beam over a charged drum. A laser printer is a printer that uses a focused beam or light to transfer text and images onto paper. Instead, as paper passes through the printer, the laser beam fires at the surface of a cylindrical drum called a photoreceptor. Multimedia and its data types. In this video, we are going to see about multimedia and its data types. Multimedia. Multimedia is the integration of multiple forms of media. A media which combines different content forms of internet, movies, games, television, newspaper, and radio to get a finished product is defined as multimedia. Multimedia are very first to video, audio, images, text, animation, and graphics. Multimedia and its data types. Text. Text is most widely used and flexible means of presenting information on screen and conveying ideas. The designer should not necessarily try to replace textual elements with pictures or sound, but they should consider how to present text in an acceptable way and supplementing it with other media. An explanation of the abbreviations used in the system should be readily available to the user through online help facilities or at least through written documentation. All uppercase can be used if a text item has to attract attention, as in warnings and alarm messages. Graphics. Graphics are visual images or designs on some surface such as a wall, canvas, screen, paper. Images that are generated by a computer are called computer graphics. Graphics often combine text, illustration, and color. Types of graphics: computer graphics, web graphics, user graphics, business graphics, advertising graphics, political graphics, educational graphics, film and animation. Animation. Animation is the illusion of movement created by a succession of still graphics that are shown rapidly to the eye. It can be generated via a sequence of slightly changed graphics. In path-based animation, a single still image moves along a mathematical predefined path. The important features of this definition are: picture. An animation is a kind of pictorial representation. Motion. An animation depicts apparent movement. Simulated. An animation consists of objects that are artificially created through drawing. Show that animation. Usage of animation: to attract attention, to inform about the state of process, demonstrations, interactive simulations. Audio. Audio signals are continuous analog signals. Audio on a computer is digital data representing sounds, that is voice, music, sound effects, and background music. Sound is a continuous wave that travels through the air. The wave is made up of pressure differences. Frequency represents the number of periods in a second. There are two major types of digital sound: digitized sound. MIDI files store digital descriptions of actual musical instruments within software or hardware and are predefined in their digital form. MIDI does not store real-world sounds. The data contains descriptions of the instrument, pitch, timing of each note and its duration. Combination of multiple instruments is possible. "10 seconds of digitized sound takes up 1 MB. A 10-second MIDI file occupies approximately 4 KB. Digitized sound. A microphone records real-world sound. The microphone has a mechanism that sound waves vibrate, converting to electrical signals. These signals are not suitable for a computer as they are in analog form, that is, consists of changing frequencies and volumes. An analog to digital converter, that is ADC chip, can change the analog signal into the binary system. Converting any analog signal to a digital tone is called digitizing. Images. Image file can be divided into two categories: vector-based image. These images are defined by mathematical relationships between points and the paths connecting them to describe an image. Bitmap image, that is raster. These images are made of individual dots called pixels that are arranged and colored differently to form a pattern. Compare with vector-based image, the individual squares that make up the total image can be seen when zoomed in. Video. Video is composed of different story units such as shots, scenes, and sequences arranged according to some logical structure. There are a variety of video, that is analog and digital formats. The most popular types of multimedia video formats are audio-video interleave (AVI), moving pictures experts groups (MPEG), online streaming services, Flash Video (FLV), Windows Media Video (WMV), and Third Generation Partnership Project (3GP). Multimedia applications. In this video, we are going to see about multimedia applications. Multimedia can be used in a variety of ways and fields. Some of the multimedia applications are multimedia in education, multimedia in entertainment, multimedia in marketing. Multimedia in education. Multimedia is any combination of text, graphics, art, animation, and video with links and tools. When the user can able to control what and when these elements are delivered, it is interactive multimedia. When a structure of linked elements through which the learner can navigate, interactive multimedia becomes hypermedia. Multimedia educational computing is one of the fastest growing markets in today's world. Fueling this growth are advances in technology and price wars that have dramatically lowered the cost of multimedia computers. The new tools are enabling educators to become developers. Multimedia in entertainment. Entertainment sector is one of the major application drivers of multimedia technology. Electronic games are already popular, and their popularity will further increase as applications may be presented over enhanced delivery media. Examples include CD-ROM based interactive games, multiplayer games that are played over the internet, games on mobile phones, etc. Multimedia entertainment applications aim at diverting users, engaging them in amazing experiences such as reading books, listening to music, enjoying videos, playing games. Reading books. User can read novels and any kind of books just like real books, then able to click on links throughout the text. Take a note and type directly on documents. Listening to music. People use music as form of entertainment. iTunes is a famous mobile application developed by Apple. It is used to download and play audios and videos. VLC, MP3 player, etc. are famous software used to listen music. Devices used to listen music are mobile, headset, iPod, speaker, etc. Enjoying videos. Devices used to watch videos are monitor, tabs, laptops, etc. VLC, flash movie player, etc. are software used to play videos. Playing games. Flash is one of the best 2D animation software used to make 2D video games. For example, Aladdin video game is created with the help of Flash software. Multimedia in marketing. Many companies today use multimedia in their marketing communication, given that is a more interactive way to promote their new products to the consumers. Real estate agents. Agents realized they could do more than just show pictures of a home. They created virtual tours and copied them with CD and DVD duplicators. Interior decorators. Decorators use software that creates virtual rooms and make many copies with DVD duplicating technologies. Interactive manuals. DVD duplicating simplifies employee training by creating courses on disk. New workers can train at their own pace without tying up another person to act as instructor. Multimedia file format. In this video, we are going to see about multimedia file format. Multimedia data and information must be stored in a disk file using formats similar to image file formats. Such data includes text, image data, audio and video data, computer animations, and other forms of binary data such as musical instrument digital interface (MIDI) and graphical fonts. Typical multimedia formats do not define new methods for storing these types of data. Instead, they offer the ability to store data in one or more existing data formats that are already in general use. Multimedia formats are also optimized for the types of data they store and the format of the medium on which they are stored. Multimedia information is commonly stored on CD-ROM, There are many types of CD-ROM devices and standards that may be used by multimedia applications. CDXA, also called the Yellow Book, allows the storage of both digital audio and data on a CD-ROM. CDI, Compact Disc Interactive Standard, defines the storage of interactive multimedia data. CDI units allow the integration of fully interactive multimedia applications into home computer systems. A still evolving standard is CDR, Compact Disc Recordable or Compact Disc Write-Once, which specifies a CD-ROM that may be written to by a personal desktop computer and read by any CD-ROM player. Computer software. In this video, we are going to see about computer software. Computer system has two major elements: hardware, software. Hardware. Hardware is formed as the physical components of computer system. Software. Software is basically a set of instructions grouped into programs that make the computer to function in the desired way. Both hardware and software are needed for computer system. Types of software. Software is categorized according to why it is designed to accomplish. Text animation. There are two main types of software: system software, application software. System software. System software is a set of instructions that serves primarily as an intermediary between computer hardware and application programs. Without the software installed in the computers, user has to type the instructions for everything user wants a computer to do. Types of system software. Operating system, utility programs. Operating system. Operating system is more important system software found almost in all computers used to interact with users. Operating system and computer hardware work together to form a complete system that determines what a computer can do. Before downloading new software or applications to computer or mobile device, user should check the application is compatible with the user's operating system. Some applications work on all operating system, but others only work on certain ones. Utility programs. Utility software is a type of system software designed to help analyze, configure, optimize, and maintain the computer. Utility software should not be confused with application software, which allows users to do things like creating text documents, playing games, listening to music, or search the web. Examples of utility software includes virus scanner, disk defragmenter, system monitor, file managers. Application software. Application software is a computer software designed to help the user to perform singular or multiple related specific tasks. Examples of application software: Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Macromedia Freehand. Types of application software: application suite, enterprise software, enterprise infrastructure software, information workers software, content access software, educational software, simulation software, media development software, product engineering software. Application suite. Application suite consists of multiple applications bundled together. Enterprise software. Enterprise software addresses the needs of an entire organization's processes and data flow across most all departments, often in a large distributed environment. Enterprise infrastructure software. It provides common capabilities needed to support enterprise software systems. Information worker software. Users can create and manage information, often for individual project within a department, in contrast to enterprise management. Content access software. It is used primarily to access content without editing, but may include software that allows for content editing. Educational software. It is related to content access software but has the content and features adapted for use by educators or students. Simulation software. It simulates physical systems for either research, training purposes. Media development software. Media development software generates print and electronic media for others to consume, most often in a commercial setting. Product engineering software. Product engineering software is used in developing hardware and software products. Relationship between hardware and software. In this video, we are going to see about relationship between hardware and software. Software, hardware. It is a collection of programs to bring the computer hardware system into operation. It is the physical components of the computer system. It consists of numbers, alphabets, alphanumeric symbols, identifiers, keywords, etc. It consists of electronic components like ICs, diodes, resistors, crystals, boards, insulators, etc. This should be prepared according to the type of software. The design can be modified according to the capacity. It will vary as per the computer and its built-in function and programming language. It is almost construct for all types of computer system. It is designed and developed by a programmer in a high-level language which is readable by human being. The hardware can understand only low-level language or machine language. It is represented in any high-level language such as BASIC, COBOL, C, C++, Java, etc. The hardware works only on binary code as ones and zeros. The software is categorized as operating systems, utilities, language processor, application softwares, etc. The hardware consists of input, output, memory, ALU, control unit, etc. Compiler. In this video, we are going to see about compiler. Compiler is a program that translates one language, that is source program, as input and translates it into an equivalent another language, that is target program. The compiler is used to train the source code into machine code or compiled code. When the compiler code is executed before running the program processes the input data to produce the desired output. During this process of translation, if some errors are encountered, then compiler displays them as error messages. The compilation can be done in two parts: analysis, synthesis. The analysis divides the program into components and creates the intermediate representation. This part is carried out in three subparts: lexical analysis, that is lexer; syntax analysis, that is parser; semantic analysis, that is generator. Lexer. Lexer converting sequence of characters into a sequence of tokens. Parser. Syntactic analysis is the process of analyzing a string of symbols either in natural language or in computer language. Generator. Semantic analysis performs type checking and often converts the parse tree to another form. Lexer. In this step, the source program is read and then it is broken into a stream of strings. Such strings are called tokens and it sends them to parser. Parser. In this step, the tokens are arranged in hierarchical structure that ultimately helps in finding the syntax of the source string and convert the code into AST, that is Abstract Syntax Tool. Generator. In this step, the meaning of the source string is determined, that is, it converts the AST to the syntax of the target language. Names of some high-level languages. In this video, we are going to see about the names of some high-level languages. What is programming language? A program is a set of an instruction that tells a computer what to do. Programming language is a formal language designed to communicate instructions to a computer. Two types of languages such as low-level programming languages, high-level programming languages. Low-level programming languages. Low-level languages are very close to have different hardware elements of a computer communicate with each other. High-level programming languages. In comparison to low-level programming languages, high-level language may use natural language elements, be easier to use, making the process of developing a program simpler and more understandable. Examples of high-level languages: C and C++, Java,
PHP, C#.
High-level languages actually looks like, consider an ATM machine. Someone wants to make draw of 100 rupees. Man needs to be compared with the account balance to make sure of the end of fund. The instruction in the high-level computer language looks something like this. This is not exactly how people communicate, but this is the easiest to follow. Compare ones and zeros of binary code. Free domain software. In this video, we are going to see about free domain software. Free domain software is a software that comes with permission for anyone to use, copy, and distribute either original or with modifications. Free software is either without charge or for fee. In particular, that the source code must be available. Free domain software can be freely used, modified, and redistributed, but with one restriction, that is, The redistributed software must be distributed with original terms of free of use, modification, and distribution. This is known as copyleft. The free here refers to the ability of reusing it, modified or unmodified, as a part of another software package. The best known example of free software is Linux, an operating system that is proposed as an alternative to Windows or other proprietary operating system. Free software should therefore not be confused with freeware, which is the term used for describing software that can be freely downloaded and used but which may contain restriction for modification and reuse.